Hi everyone, it's week number 8 of the songwriting tutorials. This is the extras video for this week. What I wanted to do this week was show you my desktop. It's not particularly remarkable, but you know. I've got my keyboard here, my little toy keyboard, which, as you know, you may well have one yourself. You may have access to something like this. Now, don't go writing on your keyboard with pen. I'm going to do it with mine because this is a dry white marker. But you can write on your keyboard if you want. If you are a minor, please check with your parents before you do that. But I just wanted to help you out with, we've talked a lot about the keyboard in the past, and where the two black notes are, that is your C note. And sometimes what can be helpful, you can actually get stickers to put on your keyboard, or you can make them. I'm just going to write the notes on myself. So I've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then that's C again. So that's the octave note. That's going up to the next run of notes. So as I always talk about, there are 7 notes, and then 1 again, and then the black notes in between. That's C sharp, but if you're going that way, it's a D flat. That's a D sharp or E flat. E and F don't have a black note in between, so they're just E to F, and also B and C don't have a black note in between. But then we've got the black notes here as well. We've got the F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, or if we're coming back the other way, we've got B flat, A flat, G flat. Okay. If you have, as I say, seen the songwriting tutorial this week, I was just messing around having a little bit of fun, being creative with some little bits of card. So I've basically written chords onto the cards. I've just sorted through, all of these chords are just C major chords. We're not going to look at modulation this week. This is just straight up C major chords. So anything that's written on this card is relative to all of those notes there, the white notes. Okay, so I just thought it'd be fun to just quickly, I can't even get the piece of card up now, give that a little pot shake. And then I'm just going to pick out 4 chords. You can pick out as many or as few as you want. You could just pick out 3, you could pick out 5, whatever you like. Okay, so I've picked out 4 chords there. G, F, A minor, C. And I'm going to say, well, see how that sounds if I play that on the keyboard. So, let's just, tell you what, let's even put 1 there. 1 there, so I can actually see them. It's very awkward filming with a phone and trying to do stuff at the same time, as I'm discovering. Okay, so we've got G, F, A minor and C. So, first chord is going to be from the G. Remember, we press the 1, the 3 and the 5. So we might do a bar of G, 2, 3, 4, then we go to F. 2, 3, 4. Then we might get to A minor. 2, 3, 4, and then C. Okay, so let's try that again. So it's just an example of how you can start to play around if you do have access to a keyboard. If you don't have access to a keyboard, maybe you're somebody who doesn't play an instrument, but you work in a band or you work with somebody who plays guitar. This is just a way that you can start to bring ideas to them as well, or you could both just mess around and experiment. You might want to try swapping those around. Put the C at the start. Let's have the 1 chord at the start. Okay, so maybe this time we're going to go C, G, A minor, F. Now that sort of works quite well together. So you might think, okay, well, our verses are going to be those 4 chords. Another thing, as a songwriter, you should always have on hand is just a pad and paper. Now, this is just a general notepad. This is my lovely fancy songwriting lyric book. I've got a few lyric books. This is often what I get at birthdays. People buy me little books to write my lyrics in because they know I do a lot of writing. I don't tend to put my songs in there until they're actually finished, or more or less finished. There's the odd scribble here and there. I think any good lyric book needs to have the odd scribble going on. But it's always nice to, you know, if you've written something, you've created it, it's nice to put it into a nice little book. So anyway, that's my lyric book. So we've got a chord progression: C, G, A minor, F. Okay, so maybe you want to go and work with your band and you just want to scribble it down in some way. So let's call that the verse. This is just a good way to communicate your chord progressions to musicians, to give them an idea. So you might want to put, you can see here I've made 4 bar spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we talked about bars, you know, when I've been writing on the whiteboard and I've been writing out 12 bar blueses, that kind of thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting in 4 because I'm assuming we're in 4/4. It could be 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whatever time signature you decide on, you can write that at the start. I'm just going to put 4/4 there. It's just, this is not, you know, it's not any particular official way of writing music. It's just a good way to just clearly portray. Oh, my focus has gone. Where's it gone? There it is. It's just a good way to portray, to communicate your chord progression to some other musicians you might be playing with. So I'm going to put a C in there, and I'm going to put a G in there. I'm going to put the A minor in there, and then we had an F. Okay, and you might decide when you've written your lyrics that if you find that you want that to be played 4 times, you can just put a little ×4 there. And if you gave that to a guitarist, they'd know what they were doing off that. It's not determining how you play it. It's not saying whether you're playing fast or slow. Maybe you'd figure that out in rehearsal, but it's just a way to write down some chords to give to somebody. And then maybe there's going to be, let's say there's a chorus. You might have chords that change twice as quickly. So it might be, let's say, well, just for now, we'll stick with these same chords. Maybe your chorus is just G, let's try G, C, A minor. So G, C, A minor. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, there we are. So instead of it going 1, 2, 3, 4, you might go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a different emphasis now. We're squeezing 2 chords into 1 bar. If you want to write that out, you would do a G, a C, A minor, 2, 3, 4. G, C, A minor. Okay, you could put how many times. Oh, hold on a minute. I've done that wrong. There we go. G, C, that should be your A minor there. Okay, and then you might want to put times, let's say ×6. Whatever. Just showing you how to basically write things out. So that's just a very simple way of just noting down chords, how many chords per bar and how many bars, or there it's telling you if it's ×4, we play these 4 bars 4 times. So in total that would be 16 bars. So yeah, just a little something to help you. And then don't forget, if you're writing all those lovely lyrics, put them in a nice book. And I'll be making another video for you next week. Okay, bye.